Jane and Michael are headed to Montana. Petra is headed to her first lesbian bar, and we have a very special guest tonight. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I like that music.
I just got so excited. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the Jane the Virgin After Show. We are so excited tonight. I am joined by my lovely co-host, Miss Delia Gomez to my left.
Hey guys.
And to her left, Miss Nima Sky.
Hello guys.
And the beautiful Miss Simone Thomas.
Hi everyone.
And we have a extra special guest tonight, Mr. Alfonso DiLuca.
Yeah.
Hello.
We're so excited. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
What an amazing energy here.
We got Jorge in the house.
I know. We are all so excited. We've been talking about this all week. We cannot believe you're here. So really, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule and joining us tonight.
Thank you so much. It is actually a great pleasure to be here with you girls.
Thank you.
Really nice. Thank you so much for
You're
having me.
welcome.
Of course.
First and foremost, I have to ask, is there any hope for Jorge and Alba?
Well, that is a difficult question to start with.
Right.
But, it seems to be like a loving relationship, so I hope that is. But we have to wait and actually see it with our own eyes.
He's making us wait.
Yeah.
He's making us wait.
That's a
figured.
smart answer.
It's burning.
Yeah.
Right,
I hope so
exactly.
too. I hope they get together, or I hope it works out because I love them
I
as a couple. They're
know.
so good.
Sort of.
Too.
Sort
Also,
of.
because the love was there before. It's not like they never dated and one person likes that person and another person doesn't feel the same way. We know there's history, and that passion can be reignited. And
That's right.
We want to see it happen
course.
again.
Yeah, and like Simone says, it's very important because you're developing a relationship and you
Right.
need time to actually get it to fruition.
Yeah.
Like happening
Right.
in real life. I mean, it's like that. Those type of relationships are very common, especially with the factor of, separation by immigration issues and things like that. It's very, it's a strong topic and very vivid in our society at the moment. So
I love that this show is actually tackling it. That's amazing.
Right.
That
Yeah.
it's
Correct.
it's very, especially as a Latina watching it. I mean, I get to go home and I see the news, like Univision, my parents are watching it, and it's constantly playing at our house, and it's affecting more of my culture, my people. But yeah, I love that I can have a show where I'm just like, yeah, okay, like we're actually dealing with stuff that my uncles and aunts and cousins are.
it is incredible you're saying that because, I was thinking about the issue recently, and I had the same situations in my family and my own life.
Wow.
Like Delia says, it's very common in
Yeah.
Hispanic communities in general, and so I have first-hand experience with that type of issues, and I think I bring that to the character
We love it.
somehow.
Sure.
And
Yes.
I hope you can see it, that I know what I'm basically portraying is somebody that is close to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that helps also portray the character a lot better when you can personally relate, whether it's through a friend's story and putting that into your character.
Correct.
Because it makes it a lot more sincere, and that translates to the
Yeah.
audience.
And the writers know the issue very well too on the show, so that's very important.
Yeah.
They bring the special important points in that issue, and so they know what they're writing about.
Yeah, they do a great job, honestly.
Excellent.
They do a
Excellent,
wonderful
yeah.
job with it, especially introducing people who aren't very, or who the majority of the audience might be, the standard American audience that's not Latino necessarily or Latinx. So introducing them to issues that, we feel firsthand oftentimes, but, it's not something that people often think about at the top of their head.
Right.
So now that Rivette asked me what was going to happen in my relationship, what would you like to see happening there?
Oh, I would love to see Alba and Jorge work it out. I just think Alba has been single and taking care of her daughter and her granddaughter for so long and so selfless, and her whole life has been about her family. So it's really nice to see her really in love and connect with someone. And the timing might be off, and it's always been like a bumpy road between Jorge and Alba, but that does touch on real relationships. And, you know, me as well, I'm not Latina, but being Middle Eastern, my family has dealt with, you know, immigration issues as well. So I think that's what we all love about this show. It's just that you can laugh with the characters, you can cry with the characters, you fall in love with the characters, but it's also touching on real life issues. And I think that's why we're so in love with the show.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
important.
Yes.
And I think it would also be great to show that you can find love at any age, you know?
can.
Yes.
Just because
Yes.
What do you mean by that? I mean, I don't know if I like that comment. But it does-
Look at Alfonso. I love it.
I know.
I love it.
that's right.
Love is translated in all ages, basically.
Yes.
There you go.
That's
It
what
does
we're
not
saying.
discriminate, you know? But she lost her love, Zoe's father, early in life, and that doesn't mean she can't find it again, whether that's through Jorge or
That's
whoever
right.
else.
That's
Right.
true.
But yeah.
And let me allow me to say this about Yvonne Cole, who plays Alba.
Yes.
Apart from her character as Alba, she's an amazing actress, amazing artist, and it's so powerful to
Work with.
work with her and join, do scenes together.
Yeah.
She really brings a lot of emotion to the role, and she's a great artist.
You guys have a lot of great chemistry.
You do.
Yes, I gotta
Amazing
say.
chemistry.
Yeah.
You feel that way?
Yes,
Yes.
we felt it, especially in this episode.
Yeah, this
There's
episode,
a lot
yes.
of chemistry in
She
this
comes
episode.
into the house and she's like, "What's going on?" And you just give her a big kiss, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Actually, it's my understanding that I was brought to the show to do maybe a couple of episodes.
Oh wow!
But
But they wrote your
chemistry,
story into the
apparently-
gig.
That's right.
That's amazing.
So the
See, that
chemistry-
actually
Why
shows for
Actors
your
great.
gift.
Yes,
See,
I actually don't know for sure.
that's really great.
Wow.
Because it's just so believable.
it is.
Yeah.
Like, how could they not continue the storyline?
Sure. One thing is too that she's from Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Yvonne Cole. I'm from the Dominican Republic. So the
Neighbors.
idiosyncrasy of
Yes.
that's right. It's Caribbean flavor.
Right.
So it was easy for us to connect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chemistry is everything. And so like whenever you see that in characters, it makes it so believable to the point where you have to look at your life and say, wow, like, am I really replicating like this same type of love in my life? So amazing job.
Great.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
do
You're
that.
welcome.
How you like it?
Speaking of chemistry,
Yes.
this episode,
Oh, my.
we saw a lot.
Yes.
And also, not a lot of chemistry between Xiomara and Rogelio.
No.
They are going through it.
I know. I mean, I think one thing I love about this show is that it really brings forth a lot of life issues that people really deal with. And, it brings humor, it brings laughter, it brings love, it brings so much to the table. And I love how these characters coming together and are actually really portraying like something that actually happens. But I love her husband and how he just supports her through everything. I'm
Yeah,
just like, oh my
Rogelio.
God, it just makes me fall in love with him.
Yeah.
Well, you can do a lot of things for your partner, but if there isn't any chemistry, that's a little problematic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
chemistry can be developed with time.
Exactly.
Actually,
Right.
You work it out. You
can-
figure out
Sure.
ways.
Sort of.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a
Say
new.
so.
It's a new age or a new time in their lives, both of them. And
Yeah.
it's like the chemo brought on an early menopause for Zoe. So I mean, like things were gonna change eventually for her. She didn't
Right.
think it was gonna be so young that she would have to start
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
through
That's
it.
right.
But
She's
the changes
46.
were coming. They were coming
Right.
anyways.
I think what struck me was when she said, "I'm 46 and I can't have." I think she said, "I can't have sex anymore. And I don't enjoy it." And I was like, "That's so sad because technically,
Yeah.
like a woman's sexual prime is in her 40s." So
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's almost like the antithesis of that. She's not really reaping the benefits at the time when she should be able to do it. But like we said, he's a great husband,
Amazing husband.
and they.
This Simone is something else. No, actually, I agree with you.
It's a
Yeah,
fact,
definitely,
right?
definitely.
I mean, can you imagine like not being able to experience?
How about for a man? What would you say?
for a man? Well, I don't know what a man's sexual prime is.
Well, in my case, is
Yeah.
basically my whole life.
Yeah, Dominican. He's Dominican.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that. Yeah, you're right.
I learned in the Latin community that Latin men are very passionate.
They are.
Yes.
They could be. That's
Yeah,
true.
You agree?
I would say it's true.
For sure.
Yes.
It was really nice knowing, especially Rogelio and his character and how passionate he is.
Yes.
It was really nice seeing him like, it's okay, Xiomara. What's
Yeah.
important is that the
Yeah.
cancer is not coming back.
put the
Because
ego
he was so
They tap into a different
selfless.
type of chemistry, though. You know, again, like there's different types of chemistry, but it really shows the power of like relationships. And even though like your partner's going through something, you have to really learn how to tap into that greatness within them, to be able to help them push through. I mean, like, I love you for who you are, not because of what you're going through. And I think that especially within our generation, this is something that we definitely need to see, because I feel like, we're in a society where, if it doesn't work, let's just let it go. And I think that the director does a beautiful job of being able to show that in this relationship. So
Yeah.
I love it.
And putting
Good
the
point.
ego aside, for sure. I
point.
think Latin men often get stereotyped of having really strong egos and machismo. And so seeing Rogelio, who is oftentimes very selfish and always puts himself first. But the fact that in these relationships, he's willing to be like, put the ego aside.
Right.
That's how it should be.
And it should be. And that's a good
Absolutely.
lesson, because it's,
That's your
it's
life partner.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
gonna do
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
And we have to give credit to Jaime Camil for
yes.
his performance,
Amazing.
because
He's
it's
amazing.
an incredible
Oh my
range.
God.
Yeah,
And
I
acting
know.
is unbelievable, and
I just believe
my
I'm just like,
respects to him.
I just want to fall in love with him.
And you know what? In that case, Nima, that when you're acting with the caliber of artistry that these people bring to the show,
Yes.
and when you're sharing a scene with them, and you have them in person, and you're practicing your lines, and then, shooting the actual scene, that it's an amazing feeling that you get,
Yeah.
because you're just learning, but at the same time you're sharing screen with somebody with that talent.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a powerful experience.
Their
Yeah.
energy
It's like-
kind of
it's energy,
transfers
yeah.
Right.
onto
And
you.
believe it or not, these people, even though they're successful in their careers, they're just pretty people, just down to earth like
Yeah.
everybody
Right.
else. Very,
Your family.
Humble.
humble. extremely
Everyone I
humble.
know who's worked on
Yeah.
that show says they love it, and it's like a family. Is it a
Totally,
family for you?
totally. Yeah, of course, of course.
Aw.
Actually, recently I was talking to one of the people there at production. And I was saying that it's incredible. What a coincidence that everybody here, not just in front of the camera but behind the camera, is so friendly and so nice. I mean, what a coincidence. And the lady pointed out, no, it's actually not a coincidence. The producing team have picked everybody according to their
Right.
way of working and their personality and their
Wow.
reputation and their professionalism. So it's actually very well picked,
Wow, that
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
be the
which is an
model.
amazing thing.
You're so
Yes.
lucky.
Totally.
That's so amazing
Extremely
to
lucky.
work
That's
with good
amazing.
people.
It is for sure.
It makes sense why you're there, though, because you're charming and you're
Oh, thank you
lovely.
so
We
much.
love having
I
you here.
know.
No, you've been nothing
you,
but
Delia.
so sweet.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm not as sweet all the
Oh,
time.
I know. Trust me. I know
Listen, we're
he's
definitely are
Dominican.
human, but
El
our
dominicano
lights
te
still
Just
Just
check
shine
some
bright.
of my photos online and you'll see what I mean. I played a pretty awful criminal at one point in my
wow.
career, and I was actually portraying a real life character. And I was stopped on the street. Somebody thought that I was the guy, actually.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It happened to me once.
Oh, God.
Do you like playing good guy characters or bad guy characters more?
The good guys' characters come easier to me.
Because you're a good
It's
guy.
natural.
Well, probably. But I like a challenge. So when I find a character that is not like I usually am naturally,
Like that.
then I'm attracted to it, and I will like to explore that
Explore,
avenue.
yeah.
It pulls out those
basically.
layers
It happened,
within
a
characters.
few times in my career actually.
Yeah.
So it's good.
It allows you to
Yes.
grow.
Huh?
Allows you to grow and
Totally.
better
Allows
your
you to- yeah,
skills.
definitely. And I've done some theater, and for some particular reason in theater, I have mostly played, bad individuals. Or something. I don't know why, but on TV it's usually a dad or a good guy, and this and that. It's easy to me.
So funny how that happens.
I love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love it. And what I also love is AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Delia, you want to tell them how much we love AfterBuzz?
We love you guys so much, and honestly, we couldn't be here without you guys checking in with us every week. So if you are listening to us on YouTube, just make sure to like and subscribe, and let us know what you're thinking. If you have any questions for Alfonso here, we would love to know and hear what your thoughts are on the episode as well. If you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure to give us a 5-star rating. We appreciate it. Every little bit helps us, and we're just excited to be here with you guys every week, and we love you guys for sure.
We really do. It's like a family, just like the cast of Jane the Virgin.
Yes.
We are a family here. Our viewers, we love you guys. We read all the comments. We want to thank you so much.
We really do appreciate the support.
Oh, well, Rivette,
Yes.
you're definitely getting some support because someone said, Rivette!
Awesome.
Dominic Diaz
Oh, Dominic.
said Rivette, so shout out to you.
Okay. Hi, Dominic.
And then someone said, Emily Marlowe said this episode was very sexual.
Yes.
Ha-ha.
It was.
And then she also said this episode was really sad. There was no need for Rose to take Michael's memory. And yeah, that's all we have right now.
I love it. So much going on. This episode was very sexual.
It was.
Did we love the dance moves with Jane and Petra?
Okay, can I just say,
I have to say I
didn't
do.
know that you could spell, if you spell your butt, if you use your butt to spell your name, that allows you to twerk. Well, that was not twerking. That was like
yeah.
some weird
Right, it was
butt
just moving.
Hold on, what happened with that?
Dance like that?
Right. It's
I
actually
think
called
I've done that.
He knows reggaeton. He knows
Reggaeton.
all about reggaeton. He's got
I
it.
definitely know. Let me show you. Hold on.
I could use. I'm gonna try that tip because I'm not a very good dancer, so I'm definitely gonna
do
try
the
that.
elbows like
Yeah, the elbows. I'm gonna do the alphabet.
come
I'm
on.
doing
So
it all.
What's your go-to dance move when you're on the dance floor? Like, are you a two-stepper? Are you like a...
Depends on the music, actually.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I
You-
move a lot.
Okay.
Are you a salsero,
a dancer.
merengue? What is
Yeah.
it?
So I have a little problem though that when I finish dancing, I continue dancing actually to the area. But, I'm talking to
The
people.
song
I'm
is
still
up, you're
dancing.
like, yes.
It happens
feeling
all
the
the time.
energy.
It takes me a while to rewind and go back to normal.
That's
I
a good
understand.
thing, though.
That's great.
Yeah.
I was born dancing.
Same.
See?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite type? Is it like
I like merengue, which is a
Merengue?
Yeah.
typical
Nice.
Dominican music, but
Bachata.
Ooh,
but I
bachata.
love to dance like rock and
Oh.
anything. Actually,
look at he's like all over.
yeah, totally.
So Alfonso was born dancing, and Petra was not.
No.
Were we surprised to see her in jeans at the lesbian bar,
looks so
getting her
cute.
T-shirt wet?
Not at
cute.
all. I mean, I felt like, again, she's showing that, she really, really loves her partner. And, she's willing to do whatever it takes to be able to show her friend that, listen, I really do love your friend. So I have to say, hands down, I have to give her like a thumbs up because she did a great job. Of course, it wasn't something that was comfortable for her, but she pushed her own ego aside and said, let me do this. And it was so funny how she pulled Jane into it. Jane gave her this big speech about being friends, and she just pulled her in. And I felt like she danced like a pro.
Yeah, I
Great,
was.
just because she puts the limits.
Yes, she
yeah,
did.
of course,
She
that's,
did.
That's a great tip.
I was totally
It is.
surprised though because this is not her. This is not Petra. This
No,
is
it's
totally
not.
not
It's not
Petra.
her.
Petra.
And so like the fact that she's always so uptight and so like
Not
in
anymore.
control. Yeah, I mean that's primarily like the theme of the episode was
Yeah.
changes, and I
Right.
definitely saw a change in her. She's trying to
And I
change.
think that's why JR is good for her because JR breaks her out of her habits. Like
Right.
Yeah.
JR forces her to loosen up. JR forces her to be honest because she loves her so much and she's realizing the only way to keep this woman in her life is if she's transparent.
Right.
And
Amazing.
it's so I think that's why JR is good for her because she's forcing her to grow and you can't change someone unless they want to do that.
Yeah.
And Petra truly wants to change for herself.
But do we blame Leona, who is JR's friend, for saying, listen, you've hurt my friend multiple times. You made her lose her job. I don't like you. Is that
Absolutely
harsh?
not. No, absolutely not. Because I feel like,
facts.
your friends are like the ones in your life who have to have your back and be able to, to let you know things about, people that you love, they have to give you like those red flags, which I think that it actually made her a better partner for JR, because now she understands that this is the perception that she has. So then she has to make sure that she's a little bit more remorseful in maybe the things that, you know, she's done in the past with her. So now she has to make sure that she is showing a lot more love and being able to, you know, make up for the times that she lost. So I think that it's good. You know, it's actually putting fire. You know, I mean, it's and again, like, we all have inspiration in different ways, and I think that this was something to like really inspire the flame for their love. Even though, you know, JR got mad, she was ready to call her friend, which, you know, I get it, but it changed her partner. Like, it worked, you know, and who's to say that you know, that wasn't, you know, a trick for her to be able to try to get her to love her more, you know?
Right. Yeah. Or, I mean, like, I personally thought it was a little bit harsh sometimes, because I'm like, you cannot like somebody if they hurt my friend. I'm gonna support my friend if she's in a happy relationship. I'm gonna be honest with my friend and tell her how I feel, but I won't necessarily go out of my way to make the other person uncomfortable and like to cause tension in their relationship, because it's not my business.
Exactly.
It's not my business.
Yeah.
And I do care. You know?
I agree.
I think there should be a level of respect. If we're all in the same room, you might not be my favorite person, but out of respect for my friend who loves you, I'm still going to be cordial.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be your best friend, but yeah.
Because
Maybe
you
something
also make
underlying.
You also make it really uncomfortable for the person in the middle, which would be JR, because here it is, my partner is trying so hard to be liked by my friend, and my friend is making it very obvious that she dislikes her. Even though Petra ruined that woman's life. Like, let's not ignore the fact that she lost her job.
But see, that's the thing. Like, you know, whenever you go to your friends and, you know, you tell them about the problems that you have, and your friend sees your pain, I don't know about you, but like, if like my friend lets me know that someone hurts them, like, automatically I'm gonna be so biased. I'm not gonna like that person. Like, even if you bring that person around, I'm still not going to remember the things that like they did great. I'm gonna remember the things that, you know, they did bad.
That's
you
also
know?
why you don't tell every single
true.
thing to someone. Like,
You're
there's
right.
certain things that you keep
right.
in your relationship, regardless of who it
That's
is,
true.
because then it gives people ammunition to do stuff like that and feel like they have, like, and they're entitled to insert themselves into your relationship.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you should hide your true intentions.
So what do you think?
think?
Venting to your friends about your relationship. How do you?
I actually don't have any friends. So.
Okay.
I
that's
don't even believe that. That is so not true.
No, well, it depends. You know, some friends you can,
Yeah.
you know, be very open with.
Right.
Some others, you know, the
can't.
limits
Yeah.
of
Exactly.
You know your
each particular
friends.
friend. Depends. You
That's
know,
true.
Absolutely.
not all friends are the same.
Right.
And sometimes I know I have a friend that I cannot talk about certain things with because he's not gonna do nothing. Or
Right.
But you know, some others will basically give a good opinion
Right.
about or advice.
Yeah.
So depends. All
Yeah.
depends.
I agree.
You gotta gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friends, some
Now,
come, some go.
One thing about Gropglass, Yael Gropglass, she has a tremendous range playing Petra.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is
the layers are
It's
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah.
Very professional actress. Amazing to share the
She's
screen
good.
with her.
Like, I love her energy, you know. There's just like something that's so real and just like, I feel like everybody can really be able to relate to her because she has so many different layers to her characters, you know. And even though she seems to be uptight, like, there's still something very powerful about her, you know, that I just love about her character. So yeah, I totally agree.
And there's times where she's been the complete villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's times where we just feel for her, like we laugh with her. She is
Or
very
the last episode where
diverse.
she was asked, or was it a couple episodes where she was telling Jane, like, you're not paying attention to me.
Right.
And she was like a
Yeah.
little girl. You're just like,
Right.
So it was weird though, because in this episode, because we saw her and Jane become really close, and then she was shutting Jane out to protect Rafael, but at the same time, Rafael has a child with Jane. You and Jane are also cool, and Jane has a right to know.
your sisters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sisters.
Well, I mean, maybe she was going back to that point of, you know, really, really caring about him in a more romantic way.
No, but it was
Possibly.
also just concerning because she literally thought something was wrong with him, and Petra wasn't giving her any.
Yeah, but like, Petra was very upset. She was like, I told you, like, whenever Jane finally kind of like brought it to her, she's like, look, listen, I told you, just stay out of it. So in my mind, like, well, I guess I can understand why he would definitely like share it with her because, you know, he feels more comfortable with her.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I did kind of feel like maybe she got a little bit upset, a little bit. Petra, yeah. I felt like the intensity of her anger was kind of directed in a different way.
Jane? Oh.
Well, given Rafael's track record with drugs and what he does when he is depressed or when he's upset or heartbroken, and then the children telling Jane, "Oh, daddy's taking drugs."
Right.
I think even if Petra's saying, "Don't worry, I got it handled," Jane is a very type A personality. She's going to get down to the bottom of it.
Absolutely.
She's not going to wait around for Petra to decide,
When she wants to tell her.
Exactly.
Especially if she knows in her heart that she's the source of this turmoil he's going through.
Right.
So just for her sanity, she needs to know what's going on.
Which is very interesting because I feel like there's like a parallel to JR's friend. She's basically treating Petra the same way, and now Petra's actually treating Jane that way.
Wait. Okay, Petra. I said that again.
So basically Petra is like, she's really angry with Jane, but because of the fact that Jane has hurt. Right. So I'm saying
I get
like
what you're saying, Raphael.
right. So I see that like that's pretty much like a parallel in between those characters.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
It is.
I love how the director did that.
I actually didn't notice that.
Yeah,
That's
that's
actually really
good.
interesting.
How accurate are you predicting things in the show? I mean, from before, you've been following the show, so every time you think, "Oh, this is going to happen," does it happen that way, or most of the time
it's a
doesn't?
telenovela, so we get surprised
All the time.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
that's the beauty of the show is that even though we think something's gonna happen, it still manages to surprise us
Right. Because you don't really know.
and keep us on our toes 100%.
That's good. That's
Michael
good.
coming back from the dead? Are you kidding me? I was like,
Who would have ever thought that?
And then he got his memory back.
Oh my
well, that one
gosh.
we kind of like knew that would probably happen, but not
I
the.
was hoping that it wasn't because you know what team I'm on. I'm
Yeah,
on
I
Team
know.
Raphael.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am
Let's see.
too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I am
Okay.
too. I mean,
How about Jorge? No, Team Jorge?
We're all Team Jorge.
We are all Team Jorge.
All of
yes,
you.
we are.
Okay, got it.
Absolutely. I want the love
We're
to
Team
come.
Jorge and Alba together.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Unfortunately for Simone, tonight Michael and Jane went down memory lane,
Yeah.
They did.
trying to relive their last moments together before he died. Do we think that really helped the situation? I mean, we saw they were able to hack into the system. What was it
Buttercup?
called? Buttercup.
Was it
Or
Buttercup?
something.
That was the
Rose, or
username.
whatever the name of
But
that
Sin
name.
Rostro is one step ahead of them.
Always.
Always.
Right.
Well, it looks like Luisa is not with that guy anymore because he got on the call, and I was like, oh yeah,
Where
because
is Luisa?
that was the guy that was planning the whole pie thing. Remember at
Yeah.
the door? So I was like, okay, so well clearly she's up to something. We don't know what.
We still
but-
don't know what's going on with that.
I feel like Michael was really reaching because it's not so much of him trying to remember actually what happened. It's more of him trying to get back to the memory of what him and Jane had.
Well, you know what? I actually felt like I was torn because he still has so much of Jason in him
Yes.
that it's like it's not Michael.
We saw them bumping
It wasn't
heads.
Michael anymore.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid of Michael and Jason.
Yeah. It was so weird because they were going down memory lane, but it wasn't Michael anymore. It was this combination of his new personality.
With that accent, I really can't believe that it's Michael because it always throws me off.
Yeah.
Okay. The
Yeah.
kind of
The
Southern
Montana
accent.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Also, they want to know what team are you on, Alfonso? Are you on Team Raphael?
You got nervous.
I know he's like, please don't ask me that. I can't really say.
No?
You can be neutral if you wanted to.
Neutral.
Yes.
Team Jane.
Yes.
Thank you, Nima.
You're welcome. I
Neutral.
got you.
Team, what is it? Alba
And Jorge.
Jorge.
He probably even
Yes.
can't say that too.
Well, I can say whatever, but I'm not going to say it. I actually don't know. To tell you the truth, I'm just letting the story flow.
Bill.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
it. No, we
I love it.
appreciate it.
Okay.
I love the mystery that's in the air.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
You feel that way?
Like
Come
we're
on.
asking you questions, but
We
it's
don't
like
know.
not
It's
telling
not
us.
because
It's more
I
exciting.
can't tell you. It's because
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually,
Yeah.
if I did, I just don't know.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we might know is something we can talk about during our news and gossip
Yes.
section.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, sure.
TV News.
Little song. So apparently there are leaked photos of Jane the Virgin, and if you're listening on iTunes right now, there is a picture on the screen of Jane in a wedding dress.
Oh.
Luisa is standing behind her, but who is the man she's staring at? Is that
That looks like
Rogelio?
Yeah. It's definitely.
Could there
Rogelio.
be a wedding this season?
She's in a wedding dress. For
Right.
sure. So
For
she,
sure.
But it could also be
It
like
could
those
be a dream.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know how they do that? They trick
Magical
us.
realism.
Yeah, I think this is from the last day of.
One of their
One of their last
few
days.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It could be a dream. Yeah.
I don't think it's a dream.
Yeah, it could be a dream.
I mean, I know we haven't got
Were
to
you
predictions,
there?
but I don't think it's a dream.
What was it? Neutral.
Yeah, neutral.
Yeah.
Neutral.
I can see the picture from here, so I can comment about it.
Oh, okay. Maybe you can look back at it later and then
Okay.
you can
Right.
remember.
So how did you get a hold of that picture then?
It was online. Actually.
Online?
Yeah.
Somebody put.
I think
okay.
it was. Yeah.
Wow.
It was
It's probably there
on
to
Twitter.
say, hey,
Okay.
listen, keep watching if you want to know who the man is.
I think even Rogelio even probably because Rogelio
Now
has
could
a
be
Twitter.
something in real life. Is that
Oh.
or
Gina's real wedding.
no?
know.
Is she getting married? Okay, I see.
Luisa is Gina's
No,
made up
so
on
no. In that case,
Who knows? Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. It's just.
Yeah.
It's like I want it to be real.
I feel like because of
I think it's Rafael.
I don't know. I love them both. I really do. I love
Yeah.
Michael. I love Rafael. I love Rogelio. I love Jorge. I love everybody.
We love all the men on the show.
thank you.
But at
Thank
the
you so
end
much.
But at the end of the day, we know that Jane has to choose someone.
I do think it's real. I don't think it's a dream.
Yeah, I
It's
think
just
it's
a matter
real.
of who it is.
And it's telenovela fashion. If it ends with like a wedding, that is so typical of telenovelas.
Exactly.
That is just like how
So it's
you
not
and
fake.
Fiend. That's how it is.
Okay, if we could all vote though. Who do you think it'll
After today's episode, I'm gonna say Rafael. Just because
Whoa.
of
Wow.
I wasn't expecting
Really?
that.
yeah, because I don't know how I'm feeling about Jason right now. Jason/Michael right now.
And you are Team Michael or
I'm team.
Rafael?
I don't know.
I feel like he has an agenda. I definitely feel like he has an agenda. I
Michael.
do. Yeah, to take her because like why is he going back to Montana? Is the question. Like why does he want to take her
Yeah.
back to Montana?
Wait, he has an agenda to take her away from Rafael?
Well, no, I mean that
I
was
don't
the
know.
last thing that he said. He
Yeah,
was like,
he said-
Yeah.
he was like, "Will you go back to me to South Montana?" And the first thing I thought to myself, he has some type of agenda
Ooh,
because
like an
basically
ulterior
because here's the
motive.
thing, like I feel like he wants to get her away from what she knows. And like he wants to create this reality for her of
But
like
I also think it's
what they can
because they
have.
don't connect and she doesn't know the other half of him. Like Delia's saying,
Right.
it's, you still get residual Jason personality. And so for her to fully like connect with him more, it makes more sense to see where he's from.
Where
For
these,
sure.
where these new
But
characters
he was
are.
definitely
Yeah.
saying that, you know, hey, now we are two different people. And I feel like he was telling her, in order for us to be the same person, we need to be in the same place, away from everything that you know and everything that I'm familiar with, so that I can bring you into my world. I'm telling you guys, listen.
Wow.
Maybe.
I
Okay,
know.
maybe.
I know.
Maybe. I don't know. That's a lot. I don't even know why Jane agreed. Like, you have your son and your
Changes.
man is
People
on
You know why I feel like she-
antidepressants, and you're leaving them. Like, I'm going on a trip. Like, come
But
on.
you know what? Like,
Come on.
whenever they got locked into that room, whenever they were trying to hide from that guy, he told her, he was like, you know, I gave up my career for you. And I think that was something that she was like, wow, like, he really loves me. Like, because there's like, in real love, there's sacrifice. And I think that's what drew her into him. Because she completely forgot about Rafael. And she was like, wait a minute, like, this man really loves me. And so I think that's what brought the memory back of being in love with him. You know, like, how can you not love someone who's willing to give up something that they love?
He is a
Aw.
ride or
You
die.
know?
Yeah.
For sure.
Segue.
Nice segue there.
I like it.
Speaking of ride or die, it's time for our special segment. If you're new here, our special segment, Vroom Vroom,
Vroom, vroom,
ride or
vroom,
die. You
vroom.
like
Okay,
that?
sure, of course.
So we are going to talk about who our ride or die character was in this week's episode. And Simone, you want to go first?
Yes. My ride or die was Rogelio in this episode. He was so emotionally intelligent and put himself aside and really showed what it means to be there for your spouse through thick and thin, through sickness and health.
I have to
literally,
say that too.
because I mean, sex is a really important part of a relationship. And then prior to even having this issue, she was going through the chemo, and that was a whole nother set of challenges. So him just really being selfless and not even being selfish in this situation was really beautiful, and he handled it so gracefully. So he was my ride or die.
I love it. I have to say that my ride or die tonight had to be Petra. You know, she knew that she messed up, and I mean, like her sacrifice to like release herself from being, I guess we would say, uptight and being into something that, you know, she was more comfortable in, and to really show forth and get into her partner's world was a big thing. Like that actually shows the fact that it's not just about her. Like she's willing to be self-sacrificing and really say, hey, I'm really in it to, you know, have my partner and be able to love her. So I have to say she's my true ride or die.
I'm gonna say abuela. I mean, like, what a total change from abuela. The fact that like Zoe was having such a hard time, and you know, abuela offered sex advice, and like it was the first time we've seen that side of her, and I was very much falling in love with. I love to have a grandma like that. It's just like pull me aside.
I love her.
Un conejito, look at me.
Because abuela is the reason why Jane wanted to save herself.
Yeah.
So we saw this 180.
180. Love it.
But I also feel like she was kind of she was also in heat herself. We see the entire episode.
Yeah. You're so enticing.
Yes, intriguing.
It was so funny to see her like that. Well, all three of you took my ride or die. I was going to say Rogelio, and then I was going to say Petra, and then I was going to say Abuela. But I'm still going to say Abuela because of a different reason, because of how she handled Jorge not loving her. And she was just very, like, honest and truthful and selfless. And she was like, I still want to help you with your immigration, but I just can't really be around you. And I have goosebumps. It just warmed my heart.
That's real love.
Well,
and
as
she's
much
still
as
willing to help you.
I want to agree with each of you, I have to say, for me, this week, Jorge.
Yes, I love it.
Come on. I put such an act.
That was a good act. Yeah.
So,
you did a good job.
Yes.
You did. Yes.
I believed it for a hot
kidding.
second.
Yeah.
No, but I agree with you, Rogelio.
Yeah.
I mean, all of you have valid points, actually. Yeah, definitely.
It's tough. It's tough
It's so many
choosing just
great
one.
characters.
No.
It really is.
So many different.
They're all
is such a
likable.
great story.
So many storylines.
Yes.
What is going to happen?
I know.
Let's discuss in our predictions.
Oh wow.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So who wants to be the first one?
I'm out of the set.
Yeah, you can say anything.
Delia?
Well, I'm gonna say that maybe Jason/Michael probably starts to grow on
Absolutely.
Jane a little bit more, especially being in Montana. That's a
Yeah.
little bit different. Change of scenery. I'm really hoping that Zoe gets her groove back. I really, my girl's out there suffering, so I really want her to rekindle her relationship with Rafael. I mean, with Rogelio.
Yes.
Gracias. And so yeah, that's where my predictions are.
Okay. I think Rafael is going to go down a darker, deeper hole. I don't see it getting any better.
Yeah.
Hopefully he just sticks with the antidepressants and he doesn't actually use drugs. But it's going to be hard just because Jane is still trying to figure out what her relationship is with Michael. So, and also, would he want to be a rebound? Like, oh, I don't love Michael. I want to come back to you. That doesn't feel good either.
No.
So it's going to be rough for my man.
Well, I think that Jane is going to go to Montana and she's going to first enjoy it, but then there's going to be something that's going to happen that's going to make her turn and go back to Rafael.
Oh.
I think that Rafael, and I think that once she does go back to him or tries to, I think that he's going to be like, no. I think that it's definitely going to be a fight, for sure. I think that Abuela and Jorge is going to get together. For sure. I think that, I think that there's going to be love.
This is all news to Alfonso. He has no idea.
By the way, I just came up with the name for them, Alhe, because Alba.
Okay.
Okay, I like
cute.
that.
You like
That's a
that?
hashtag.
Like Brad and Angelina.
That's a hashtag.
That's pretty. That's actually really
That's my brother's name. Okay.
No way.
No, I'm just
No.
kidding.
See, like,
he's acting right now. We believe him. He's so good.
So believable.
So believable.
Okay, that's funny.
I also think something is going to happen while Jane is in Montana, and it's
Yeah.
not going to be good, and I think she's going to come rushing back.
Yep.
Alfonso, you have no predictions for us?
It's gonna be great.
Yes!
That's the only
That we
prediction
know.
I
We can
can
definitely
give.
predict
That we do
that.
It's
know.
gonna
Yeah.
be fantastic.
That
Yes.
we know.
I mean,
We're gonna cry
it's
though.
not gonna be
Definitely.
I know.
Yeah.
And
Coming.
thank you so much once again for joining us tonight. Honestly,
you.
this was so amazing. I know
Yeah.
you're
Thank you,
super busy and you're so talented, and we're just honored for you
Thank
to be
you
here
so
with us.
much for those words.
We wish
I
you
really
the best
appreciate it.
in
Thank
everything
you.
that you do.
Thank you so much. I will come back here.
Oh,
eventually.
definitely.
Please
Please
do.
come
Yeah.
back.
Absolutely,
Come
yes.
Please come
Yes.
back.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
having me.
Yeah.
That's it for us tonight. You can find me at Rivette Soro on all social media platforms.
You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at It's Delia Gomez.
All social media platforms at Neemaskye, Neemaskye.
And you can follow me at Simone Thomas on all social platforms. Thanks for joining us, guys.
And you
And
can
Alfonso?
follow me on TV.
Perfect. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.